Today's hydration is brought to you by water. Drink some. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and pull up a chair. Sit down and let's have a conversation with Fat Daddy. Get your drink of choice again. Drinking water because it's hot as fuck out here in Georgia. So, there's been some things that have been weighing heavily on my mind and my heart that I want to talk to you guys about. I go back and forth all the time on having the shitso rants, or, you know, whatever this is going to end up being. And is it something y'all really want to hear from me? Is it something that I really want to get into? But this is important. I've had several conversations with several different people on this topic very recently. We have these conversations semi-regularly, it seems like. So, by now, I'm sure that all of you have heard the song Richmond North of Richmond.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you.
From Oliver Anthony. I find it hard to believe that you haven't heard it, considering that the music video alone has over 23 million views in the last 10 days. There's been some really good breakdowns of that video. There's been some really good reactions of that video. And, you know, already, just a couple of days into it, there's already fucking controversy and bullshit over this fucking song. Everything from, why did he have to bring classism into it? Why is he talking about obese people? I don't know where you get your fudge rounds, but they don't come in a bag, they come in a box. And all the way to, well, this is just a far-right propaganda song put out to piss the far-right people off and get them to rise up and whatever. Let's get one thing very clear right now. 23 million views, several million likes. I can't even remember the amount of likes. It's not a far-right. I don't know Oliver Anthony. He has come out and said this isn't a right-leaning song. This isn't a left-leaning song. If anything, it is straight down the middle because everyone on both sides can relate. The whole reason that this thing has blown up the way it has is because people can relate. Why is it that some of the more risque type channels out there have went from just a couple of thousand subscribers to almost 60,000 subscribers in a matter of months, have had to create multiple Instagram accounts because the previous account keeps getting deleted? The reason is because people who speak the truth, especially people who are speaking truth about current events, it's resonating with everyone. Not just those on the right, everyone. Why is that? I've heard some people say that, man, the world sure has changed since I was a kid, or you know, whatever, and this and that, and it just seems like it's come out of nowhere, and I don't think that's true. I think that we have been the victims of the longest long game known to man. This has been going on for at least, as far as, in my opinion, as far as I can tell, at least 70 years. It's just been a long, slow burn, and it just feels like it's come out of nowhere because we've hit that level of absurdity. And, you know, quick disclaimer, I am not now, nor have I ever called for any actions that would be considered or deemed illegal according to your local, state, or federal laws. So this is me telling you not to break any laws. And I know the ever-growing consensus is that there's not going to be an election. The next election, something's going to happen. What's the point of voting and speaking up, because it doesn't do anything? And that's kind of where the point of this. The reason that songs like this and channels that are putting out this message are resonating with everyone is because it literally is an attack on us as Americans. It doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter your politics. It's an attack on all of us. The eradication of the blue-collar American is in full swing, and they're making it extremely difficult. Let me see if let me give you an example, an analogy. Have you ever seen someone splitting a log and they've used a wedge? They get that split in there and then they put the wedge in. And the harder you drive that wedge down, the more it divides that log into two. On one side's the right, and on one side's the left, and that wedge is the elite, the 1%, those in power. They're driving that wedge deeper and deeper and deeper in for a reason. They want us to be fighting each other, to be at each other's throats for a reason. If you hate me because of the way I believe, and I hate you because of the way that you believe, and we're all up in arms because you're too liberal and you're too conservative, we're not paying attention to the bigger people and the problem, which is the fucking wedge. It's the uniparty, it's the politicians, it's the 1% in power who are meeting on private fucking islands and behind closed doors, doing rituals and all this other fucking bullshit that's going on that we didn't know was going on, but now it's become public and just nothing's fucking happening. Why is nothing happening? Because we're too fucking scared to go against the establishment? If we would all come together and realize that they've been playing us, all of us, both sides. It doesn't matter if you're liberal. It doesn't matter if you're conservative. It doesn't matter if you're pro this and anti that. It doesn't matter. They have been playing all of us. They need us. They need us to be the cogs in the machine to keep going to work so that they can get 50% of our income so they can fluff their bank accounts and roll in this new world order bullshit that they're trying to bring in. They need us. The whole reason that they're pitting us against each other and they're trying to censor and lock us down is because they're afraid of what happens when we realize we don't need them. They need us. Have you ever watched the movie Ants? When the grasshopper's talking about, you stupid fools, all it takes is for one ant or two to stand up before they all realize that there's 100 times the ants that there are grasshoppers and they can overthrow us. We must rule them with the iron, whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's coming to. I know I'm not alone in saying that I'm fed up with this bullshit. I'm fed up with the divide. I am fed up with the propaganda. I am fed up with the fact that 50% of my paycheck is taken in one form or another in some sort of taxes. Taxes that we as a nation decided wasn't fucking fair and fought for our fucking freedoms to become a nation to have no taxation without representation and then in a couple hundred years, just fucking roll over and let that shit happen again. It's one thing when it's another country that's on the other side of the ocean that's trying to tax us. It's a whole nother thing when it's our own goddamn country, the own fucking people that we elected and put into power that are trying to fucking do this bullshit on us. What's it gonna take? Here's the thing that we all have to keep in mind. All of us. The left, the right, the middle, all of us. Ice Cube said it best.
Enemies meet.
Right.
You know, they talk. I'm pretty sure there's some communication between Russia and the Ukraine right now. Somebody's on the phone talking to somebody, trying to come up with a solution. So we just got to talk. That's the only way we're going to work this out. You know, I know when the talking stops, the fighting starts.
We have to talk, guys. We have to understand there is going to be differences in opinions. But at the end of the day, when this whole thing happens and there's, you know, Revolution 2.0, Civil War 2.0, whatever you want to call it, whatever helps you sleep at night, when we decide that enough is enough and that it is time for new blood to come in to represent us, the people, we the people, regardless of establishing term limits and all this and anything else. When you say there has to be a certain standard, there has to be, you have to be that standard that you're looking for. You have to set the tone. You have to set the precedent of what we expect. That means not being so quick to cast judgment on someone and their idea, to not stop talking and figuring out what common ground we can come together on. Yeah, we're going to have to give a little to get a little. There's going to have to be a certain give and take for things to go smoothly. But if we're calling for righteous condemnation of the evil that is in power currently, and we're saying that this is the way things have to be and this is how you should act, we got to do that. We have to start being better to each other. We have to remember that no matter what side that we're on, we're all victims here and we're all being played against each other. The sooner that we can all come to an agreement that we the people are the victims of the establishment of the power that is in right now, and stop infighting and start focusing all that bullshit on the establishment. Quit worrying about pronouns and being woke and all this other fucking bullshit that they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes with, and focus on the main problem at hand. It's going to get messy, and it's going to get worse before it gets worse. I understand that. I concede to that. I hope you understand that. But it's going to be worth it in the end if we can bring this nation back to what it once was, what it was supposed to be, what it was founded on. Because I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired. So tired. You get taxed when you're born. You get taxed when you die. You get taxed for your property. You get taxed for the money you make. You get taxed for the money you spend. You're taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed to no end. For what? So that they can all fly out in their private fucking jets to a private fucking island and whatever, and do their ritualistic bullshit to Beelzebub or whatever the fuck, burning some rabbit in the woods, in the swamp, whatever the fuck they're doing to stay in power. You realize that's what it is, right? All I'm saying is the sooner that we wake up and come together, the better it's going to be for all of us. I'm mad again, and I'm about to start yelling at the camera if I don't cut it here. So let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. We can do this, guys. We can make it through this. We just have to work together. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.